My wife walked away, and all 3 of my kids went with her. Now, after years of silence, they're trying to come back into my life, but I told them to keep the same energy they had before. I got married at 22 and became a father of 3 before I turned 30. Everything changed when my oldest was 10. My wife had an affair with her tennis coach and left. We agreed not to tell the kids the real reason for the divorce because we thought it would spare them from adult drama. That choice followed me for the next 15 years. The kids blamed me for the family falling apart. Their mother stayed in the family home, kept life looking normal, and played the victim perfectly. I moved into a tiny apartment and became the weekend dad they barely wanted to see. Family dinners felt like trials. Birthdays felt depressing. By the time my youngest turned 17, they had almost completely cut me off. The only messages I received were occasional texts telling me what a terrible father I was. One message still haunts me. My middle daughter told me she wished I'd never existed. I wanted to tell them everything. I wanted to show them the texts, the receipts, the proof. But my ex knew exactly how to keep me quiet. She threatened court battles, false accusations, and making my elderly mother's life miserable. She had the money, the lawyers, and the connections. I was struggling just to survive. The loneliness slowly destroyed me. I watched family celebrations online that I wasn't invited to. Every Christmas morning, I woke up alone while my children celebrated with their mother and her new partner. Yes, the tennis instructor moved in 6 months after the divorce. After 2 years of total silence from my kids, I hit rock bottom. I ended up in the hospital after a mental health crisis. My boss found me when I didn't show up for work. I spent 3 days in the hospital and another week receiving psychiatric care. When I got out, my boss offered me something unexpected, a transfer across the country and a chance to start over. At 41, I had nothing left to stay for except painful memories. So I left. The first year was hard. A new city, no friends, just work and therapy twice a week. Then I met Monica. We met in a coffee shop. She was patient with my scars and helped me realize my value wasn't determined by how my older children viewed me. 2 years later, we got married. Today, I'm 53. Monica and I have 2 young children, a 7-year-old son and a 5-year-old daughter. They're my world. I coach my son's soccer team. My daughter and I make pancakes every Saturday morning. For the first time in my life, I know what it feels like to be a truly present father. Years ago, I asked my mother not to give me updates about my older children. When she casually mentioned my middle daughter's wedding, I spiraled emotionally for weeks. After that, I told her I needed complete distance if I was ever going to heal. She respected that boundary until she passed away 2 years ago. Then last Tuesday, my phone rang. The area code was from my old hometown. Without thinking, I answered. I never blocked it because I assumed we'd all moved on. Then I heard a single word. Dad! My chest tightened instantly. I panicked. Sorry, wrong number, I said before hanging up. My hands wouldn't stop shaking. They called back twice. I stared at the screen and eventually blocked the number. That night, I couldn't sleep. At 2 in the morning, Monica found me sitting alone in the kitchen. I finally told her everything. For the first time in years, I cried. The next day, I called my uncle, who still lives back home. He told me the caller was my oldest daughter, Nicole. She's 34 now. Apparently, she'd been searching for me for months. He started saying something about her finally learning the truth, but I stopped him. I didn't want to hear it. What hurts the most is how little I know about them. I don't know if Nicole is married. I don't know if she has children. I don't even know whether I'm a grandfather. My middle daughter, Riley, is 32. My youngest, Violet, is 29. They're strangers to me now. My therapist squeezed me in for an emergency session on Monday. She thinks I should at least send an email and listen to what they have to say. But my mind keeps returning to everything I lost. The hospital, the loneliness, starting my life over from scratch. My biggest fear isn't getting hurt again. It's what could happen to my younger children. What if Nicole and her sisters come back into my life only to disappear again? I can't allow my 7-year-old son to experience that kind of heartbreak. I refuse. Monica eventually typed out a text for me because my hands were shaking too much. It simply said, I'll send an email address later. That was all I could manage. Part of me understands they were children who believed what they were told, but another part remembers being abandoned when I needed them most. They chose a side without ever knowing the full story. That decision nearly destroyed me. And now, after I finally rebuilt my life and found peace, they want back in.